Appreciate everyone coming out today. My name is Agent Matthew Longshore, one of the public information officers for the Aurora Police Department. Today you're going to hear from Kevin Barnes, B-A-R-N-E-S. He's the Division Chief over Patrol, as well as Mark, M-A-R-C, Paulino, P-A-O-L-I-N-O, who's the Commander of Investigations. If you guys don't mind just holding your questions till the very end, we'll let both of the gentlemen speak about today's incident.
Good afternoon. My name is Kevin Barnes. I am the Chief of the Patrol Division of Aurora Police Department. I am here to talk to you today about a critical incident that took place early this morning referencing a felony menacing involving violent suspects. At approximately 1:32 a.m., Aurora 911 dispatch received a call referencing a firearm in the location of the 3200 block of Carson Street. Officers immediately began responding to the location. Within 5 minutes of that initial call, officers located what believed to be the suspect vehicle in the block of Sable Boulevard and Colfax Avenue. Additional information pertaining to the call itself stated that a victim had been assaulted by two suspects and had a gun pointed at him, hence the reason for the initial call. Officers immediately got behind the suspect vehicle that was located in the area of Colfax Avenue and Sable Boulevard and began following it westbound until it merged onto southbound I-25. Officers continued following the vehicle as officers who arrived to the initial scene of occurrence were trying to obtain information to confirm whether or not the charges were valid. In so doing, officers encountered a second vehicle described as a white Ford pickup truck that inserted itself between the officers and the initial vehicle, which was described as a red pickup truck believed to be occupying the suspects. Officers continued following the vehicle southbound on 225, at which time they aired that 1:42 a.m. approximately that the suspects appeared to be throwing objects out of the window at them, believed to be tools. Officers continued following the suspect vehicle, and at approximately 1:44 a.m., received confirmation that the charges of the felony menacing were valid, and a pursuit was authorized by the sergeant on scene. At approximately 1:45 a.m., a male driver of the white Ford pickup truck that I alluded to had inserted itself between the red pickup truck and the officers, began firing shots out of the window of the driver's side at the officers. At approximately 1:46 a.m., that same suspect fired additional shots out of the driver's side window at the officers. They continued following the suspect vehicle as it merged onto a southbound I-25. And at approximately 1:47 a.m., a third round of shots were fired out of that same window by the same suspect, at which time a pit maneuver, that's a precision mobilization technique, was authorized. Officers engaged executed, should I say, the pit maneuver at I-25 in Arapahoe County, Arapahoe Road, my apologies, at which time the vehicle rolled onto the roof of the car. A male and female passengers from the vehicle, male driver, should I say, female passenger from that suspect vehicle immediately began fleeing the scene on foot. And at approximately 1:54 a.m., both suspects were apprehended by the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office, who were in proximity of the incident, and the Greenwood Village Police Department. Both suspects were subsequently taken to the hospital and examined for injuries. The red pickup truck was able to flee the scene and is currently still outstanding, and a firearm was recovered on the scene of the incident. I would like to say, first and foremost, commend the officers who were involved in this particular incident. They showed exceptional bravery and courage in the face of extreme danger. They reacted exactly the way in which we have trained them to. And I have nothing but words of praise and admiration for all of them. I also like to thank members of the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office and the Greenwood Village Police Department and their efforts in aiding us in apprehension of these violent suspects. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Commander Mark Paulino, the Investigations Bureau Commander, and then we'll open it up for questions.
Good afternoon. My name is Mark Paolino, and I am the commander of the Investigations Bureau at the Aurora Police Department. I'll be giving you guys an update today about the ongoing investigation referenced this morning's incident. Our Crime Gun Intelligence Unit is leading the investigation. They specialize in firearms-related crimes. They'll be handling the entire incident on the criminal side, which includes the investigation into the initial felony menacing, the pursuit, the attempted murder of our police officers, as well as the pit maneuver. The Major Crime Homicide Unit will be investigating the use of force that resulted in the pit maneuver, and our Internal Investigations Bureau will be conducting an administrative review focusing on compliance with agency policies and training. Suspect 1 has been identified as Aaron Wallace, 31, of Lakewood. He was the driver of the Ford pickup who shot at the police officers. Wallace has an extensive and violent criminal history. He is currently on probation out of Arapahoe County for weapons violation. He's got an active warrant for his arrest, and he remains in the hospital as the time of this press conference. The second occupant of the car was identified as a 21-year-old female. We're not releasing her name at this time, but she has been released from the hospital, and she is fully cooperating with this investigation. This is an active and ongoing investigation. We are requesting the public's help if anybody has any information regarding the whereabouts of the red truck or any other information about who was driving it, or if they saw or heard anything, to please call Denver Metro Crime Stoppers with any information that they might have. At this time, we'll open it up for questions for either of us.
Do you have the red truck, was the plate number captured? Is that something you guys are looking at this point? License plate readers, things like that?
Yeah, we're looking at all avenues there, using cameras available and trying to determine if we can locate it.
What was the relation? Do you know at this point the relationship between the drivers of the driver of the white truck and why would he get involved? Why would he intervene?
We're unsure at this point. That's part of the ongoing investigation, but we believe there is some sort of relationship based on the behavior and the interference of the second vehicle.
Have you been able to determine if the Tesla was stolen?
What'd you say, that what was stolen?
That the Tesla or the car was stolen?
You might be confusing. As Tesla was the accident
Yeah.
a couple days ago. But
Yeah.
This was, I don't think it was a Tesla.
No, it was a white Ford pickup and a small red Chevy pickup.
Gotcha. Both of those were not stolen vehicles?
Not to our knowledge. Well, I can't say definitively on the red Chevy, because obviously we're still searching for that vehicle itself.
Okay.
Did APD return fire at all?
No, we did not.
What was the type of gun that you guys recovered at the scene?
We don't know the type, but it was a 40 cal with a extended magazine, high capacity magazine.
So obviously your chase policy basically just changed, and this is kind of a long chase that you guys are pursued today. Kind of touch on that a little bit for us.
Fortunately, well, I wouldn't say fortunately. What I will say is our pursuit policy had nothing to do in terms of how we responded to this particular incident. Had this transpired a year ago, we still would have responded the same way. Again, we have armed felons who were firing shots at officers. Obviously, they were involved in a felony menacing, prior to that. So our initial response, our first response, our only expected response of our officers is obviously the apprehension of those individuals by all means necessary.
Does the policy impact at all how the investigation moves forward now? Anything different, or would it have been the same circumstances for the investigation had this happened a year ago?
It would have been the same circumstances, so no, the policy does not affect the investigation right now.
So what does happen? Does the officer is there an investigation to look into the actions of the officers?
So we will conduct an internal administrative investigation. That's the case in any critical incident such as this to determine as to whether or not any policies were violated, yes.
Gotcha.
You touched upon this. How does this make you feel as a supervisor who has to, talk to officers who've been through a pretty intense moment?
It makes me feel proud, I guess, first and foremost, in terms of those officers. Proud to be a member of the Aurora Police Department, associated to the great work in which the men and women are doing here each and every day. They're putting their lives on the line, regardless of the situation, the circumstances, and obviously this is a case in point, and it's a microcosm in terms of what we conduct or how we conduct business on a daily basis. So, as I alluded to before, obviously, in terms of what they did, their efforts are to be commended, but as far as our expectations, that's to be expected, particularly as it pertains to the revisions of the pursuit policy. But in addition to that, just based upon their training, the extensive training which they undergo, we believe in our officers and their efforts. They are extremely confident, and regardless of what we ask of those individuals, they consistently, set the bar and rise to the occasion. So I had nothing but praise and admiration for all of those individuals involved.
Sorry, I might have got a little mixed up here. So the felony menacing charges were for the two in the red truck, because those are the ones that were suspected to have been doing something beforehand. And then the white truck gets in the middle and shoots.
That is correct.
Gotcha, okay.
Yes.
And then Aaron Wallace, what charges has he been arrested on at this point?
At a minimum, first-degree attempted murder. The investigation is still ongoing, so there might be other charges and probably will be other charges added.
He's still in the hospital right now, though, right?
Yeah, he's still in the hospital.
What about the other person who was released from the hospital? Are they facing charges, the woman?
No, she is not. She's fully cooperating in the investigation.
Are there any other distinct features of the red truck that we should put out there besides just a Chevy red truck?
That's all we have at this point. As we get more information, we'll release that and let people know.
We know that there might be new technologies that are going to be implemented with the Aurora Police Department as the drones that we saw recently. Could you expand a little bit on those topics, on the new technologies that are implemented for responses to these incidents?
Yes, ma'am. We have a number of technological advancements in which we currently implemented within the Aurora Police Department. One in particular is the Real-Time Information Center, and obviously it encompasses a network of mesh, or should I say CCTV cameras throughout the city, also license plate readers. We are in the process of implementing a drone program as well. I'm not necessarily certain as to whether or not that would have aided us in this particular circumstance, but in terms of, generally speaking, and as far as the advancements in technology in which we're employing within the Aurora Police Department, we most certainly intend to exploit it in incidents such as this.
Based on the findings of this investigation, if anything was found to be handled improperly, could that change the guidelines with the pursuit policy in the future?
Absolutely, but I don't anticipate that being the occasion just based on the officer's actions as of last night.
I potentially may have missed this, but do you guys, you may not be putting this out, but do y'all have an ID on who was in the red truck?
No, we haven't identified the driver of the red truck, no. Okay, thank you very much.